And good Sunday morning again. Now it is time now for a playoff pairings talk. Coach Big Pete of DeepDishFootball.com. Peter Leinweber. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, CoachBigPeteFP@gmail.com. All right, so I might as well just get it off. The big elephant in the room, Rochester. That's it. Bye. All right, I'm done. I'm gone. Rochester. Derek Leonard's guys' team playing really good football. They beat Sacred Heart Griffin. They beat Decatur MacArthur. They beat great teams, and that coaching staff is the best coaching staff in the state of Illinois, and they're just literally kicking ass and taking names right now. And in this bracket, whoever faces Rochester has to play one hell of a game. Because let me tell you something right now. Rochester wants that another state title. I guarantee you right now, Derek Leonard is doing some sanding on his trophy desk, preparing for an extra little quarter. But he's too of a humble guy in that. And that coaching staff is very humble too. They take one step at a time. That's what's special about about the Rochester coaching staff. They take one step at a time. They don't just automatically think they're going to win the game. They're humble, they're grateful, and they kick your ass for the whole game. That's honest the thing. So let's talk. All right. So 4A, Johnsburg. That's the team to look out for. They're looking great. It's another team that you want to keep an eye out for. Rochelle. Rochelle had some great upsets this season. Another team just to keep a very close eye out for. Ridgewood. I do think Ridgewood can upset Chicago Sullivan. Morris is sitting pretty. Morris is sitting really pretty, and they're scary in the 4A. They are very scary up in that northern bracket. They are very scary. Chicago Raby is another team to look out for. Their huge test will be Rock Island Allman. That's going to be a huge test for them. Richmond Burden, I think, has a great deal of pulling the upset in that game. Dixon's another team to look out for too. Elmwood Park at Genoa, I got to give to Genoa, but again, it's going to be interesting. Prairie Central at Rochester is a tough test for Prairie Central, but, and I'm gonna say this one but. If I was the Prairie Central coach, I'd be calling Streeter's head coach Hazlitt, because he's had some great games against Derek Leonard. It's going to be very, very interesting to see. Carterville at Althoff Catholic. It's another game. Althoff Catholic has the chance, and Tolono Unity has a chance of being able to pull the upset against Rochester. Heron is another team. Heron is the red herring of the conference, of the class 4A. I really do like Heron football. I really do, and I really do believe in their offensive line. I think they can get them pretty far in the playoffs. Quincy Notre Dame I saw play. They are unbelievable. I think they're going to have a great game against Highland, but Highland's another team that has a great chance of upsetting Rochester. Manteno at Effingham is my dark horse game of the week. Look out for Manteno at Effingham. It's going to be a great game. And Manteno football is one of my surprise teams. Manteno football is on fire. Shane Warren, Friday night, threw seven, whatever, how many touchdowns he threw, looked great. His wide receivers, they are on task. They are on par with their quarterback's thoughts. It is going to be a hell of a game. And if they beat Effingham, watch out. Columbia at Herscher, it's going to be a tough game for Herscher, but I think Herscher's going to pull the win. I think Herscher's toughest game is going to be their first game. This is my personal belief. Herscher and where are you? Herscher and Rochester, their first games are going to be their toughest games. I guarantee it's going to be their toughest games. Coal City at Taylorville. I believe Coal City can pull the upset, but Taylorville is a good team. They are a really good team. Taylorville's running attack. Coal City's had a few issues with their defense. It should be very interesting. A lot of people have a lot of faith in Dixon. So do I. I agree with what people are talking about Dixon. The main thing, though, and this is the main thing, and I'll say this again, that northern bracket, do not be surprised about the Morris Redskins. They are in a perfect seed right now. Perfect seed. They are scary, and they could go all the way. Watch out for Morris football. Another team, Richmond Burden, where they're at. Where Richmond Burden's at, that's another team to look out for, too. Don't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they won a couple games, too. And Althoff Catholic, that's at the number 8 seed in the southern bracket. Looks very, very enticing. So it should be interesting. And the great test for Highland. I'm sorry, not Peoria. I'm sorry, I said Peoria Notre Dame. Quincy Notre Dame. I'm sorry. Quincy Notre Dame. That's a serious test for Highland. It's another first game experience. If this will be one of the largest tests, but Highland can get the ball rolling. Now they have some tough tests ahead of them if they beat Quincy Notre Dame, but still Highland's another team that you want to keep in the back of your mind. So 4A football, Rochester. And I know Coach Dan DeBuff wants a shot against Rochester. They lost to Rochester last year in the 4A title game. They want another shot. They're hungry for a title of Johnsburg, so watch out for that too. But should be an interesting game. And there's one team I won't forget that I will talk. Raby. If Raby gets on fire, watch out. They got Monte Tillman. They got their quarterback, Turnip Seed, whatever his name is, which is an awesome last name. Their offensive line's impressive, and their secondary is very, very impressive. They don't miss. Simple as that. But it's going to be a good Class 4A thing to look at. This is Coach Big Pete of DeepDishFootball.com and the Weimer Report. If you have any questions, please email me, CoachBigPeteFP@gmail.com. Also visit DeepDishFootball.com. Follow Coach Big Pete and Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Thank you so much, and have a lovely morning.